just past 6 a.m., Kyoto, Japan. A thought comes to me that I want to share. One of the most common universal mistakes, by universal I mean people from all cultures, all backgrounds, in all countries of the world. One of the most common mistakes that people make about other human beings is that they are in some way, for some unknown reason, looking out for the interest of anyone except themselves. We are naturally born to look out for ourselves, take action for ourselves, and do things, say things, behave in a way that is congruent to the survival and, if we're wise, the thriving of ourselves. I mean, let's face it, unless you are capable, able, healthy, and willing, you cannot even begin to help others. A man with no resources, a man with no capabilities cannot offer you any assistance. He cannot offer you a job. He cannot offer you financial help or any other way assist you because he himself is in need. He is simply not able. Now, some are able and don't do it. Shame on them. But most people are looking out for themselves. And why am I mentioning this? Because in romantic relationships, a common mistake, a universal mistake people make is that they are somehow expecting the woman, let's say we're talking about a man, the woman that they met, to care and be looking out for their welfare. I've said this before, but in romantic relationships, men often make the mistake of confusing their romantic interest with their mother. Let me tell you, this is not in any way negative, not in any way misogynist, not in any way putting women or men down, but to think that is simply foolish, is simply fooling ourselves, it is simply self-serving, making ourselves believe something to make ourselves feel better, even though it's not true. I tell you from the very beginning, let's say you're in college, let's say you're in high school, from the very beginning that a woman, let's say from the point of view of a man, shows an interest in you from the very beginning, even before you say the first words or exchange the first glances. She is doing it because she thinks you are going to be a vehicle, a catalyst for her to have her own needs and wants met, emotionally, physically, financially, all of the above. So when your relationship ends, when your relationship falls apart, when you're shocked and amazed that someone that was your supposed soulmate, I've never heard of a more funnier and ridiculous and meaningless and false phrase. Let's say you're shocked that the one that you thought was for you now is suddenly completely lost interest in you and is actually interested in someone else. Because in her view, the little boat that you two are on is leaking and you're unable to fix it, so she goes to another a boat rider with a healthier boat. That is really what it comes down to. So I am mentioning this again because I am entering through another door from another avenue to make you understand that if you are in any way hurt, if you are in any way upset, shocked, sad, depressed, because your relationship ended because you thought someone that was all into you is suddenly not, well, they never were. They were never into you. They only appeared to be interested in you because they deemed you are able to take them where they want to go. You are able to provide them with the fulfillment of their needs and wants. That is it. That is it. That is where it begins. That is where it ends. Anyone that says to you anything else is misleading you, is confused himself, herself, and they just don't know what they're talking about. They are not in tune. They have not grasped the realities of life. So this is not in any way saying that someone is bad or someone is good. It is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, it is what it is. I use the same example to the most simplest there is because it affects all living things. Gravity, you know, gravity is not your enemy, you know, but if you jump out the window, you're going to hit down every time because it is what it is. Don't try to paint it in any other way. Oh, I want to fly, but gravity is my enemy, is pulling me down and not enabling me to fly and soar. No, it's not. Gravity is just doing its job. Gravity is doing just what it's supposed to. And that woman that you thought was your soulmate, from the very beginning, she was only interested in, I don't want to use the word use, but she was only interested in you fulfilling her needs and wants. And when she, for her own reasons, and they could be 1,000,001 reasons, for her own reasons, when she felt you are no longer capable of taking her where she wants to go, what does she do? She suddenly shows you, she shows you her true face. Well, she stops acting, and she sees no point in expending any energy or efforts into charming you and making you believe that you are something special, because you no longer serve a purpose for her. You no longer serve a purpose for her. So don't be sad when relationships end. Don't be sad. You're crying over loss of something that you never had, that was never there. It was only a phantom thought that you had nurtured in your own mind as a result of a false belief that you yourself created, because you yourself were either unwilling or unaware to see the truth, the real truth, which is she's not here because she loves me. She's here because she thinks I can take her where she wants to go. That's it. That is it. And when she no longer believes you're able to take her where she wants to go, it's ta-da-la. I hope you've enjoyed this early morning, not much of a view of beautiful Kyoto, Japan, but the city is just waking up. Be kind. All the best.